Hello Virgo and welcome to your Astroflower reading. This is going to be an Astroflower reading from the 22nd going through to the 29th of August. For those of you, if it's your birthday this week, happy birthday to you Virgo, you lovelies. I've got quite a few Virgos around me in my family and my friends. So happy birthday to those of you who've got your birthday coming up this week. My sister being one of them, my big sis. How you doing, sis? So yeah, happy birthday to you guys. This is where the renewal starts coming in this week. So let's just see how it's going on. Do you know what? These earth signs have really got a double wave going on this week. And there's a lot going on in the here and now. A little bit more sort of calmer than it has been, it's got to be said. But there is a big wave coming through here. I'm going to be doing a midweek reading next week on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click that bell in order to get the notifications. Let's just see how it's going on here. Yeah, certainly these guides here, there's a lot of preparation going on in place, and I think you're going to start seeing that wave breaking within your life, giving you a little bit more sort of speed and a little bit more sort of direction, stuff like that. Let's just see what's going on with the overall energy that's coming through. Get that adrenaline pumping. That's what it's sort of saying. Let's get moving. Let's get moving. Seven of Swords, playing smart. This is it. It's having that notion of kind of going, okay, I'm going to take this on. I'm going to take this like this. I'm going to do this in life. And it's quick moving. It's making decisions almost rapidly, because if you've been paying attention to the Astroflower, if you've been involved in the Astroflower, you'll start knowing your rhythm. So you're just coming into your winter period now. And so you should have spent the last 2 months deciding what you want to do this year. And now you're coming into it. It's now the time to play smart, knowing when to plant your seed and when to sort of turn the earth. This is how you're going to be doing it now. So it's going to be quite an interesting week for you. A lot of things going on under the surface by the looks of things. This is your relationship side and this is your money side of life. Let's see what the karmic message is coming through for you at the moment. I've got like a firework. It's like 3, 2, 1, lift off sort of scenario within your relationships. And so the 9 of Wands. It is knowing when to plant those seeds, and that's where your healthy boundaries will come into place. And I think this week is trying this out for the first time, trying out these boundaries that you've put out in your life now over the past sort of month, and saying, putting them out to the rest of the world around you. So that means all of your relationships will understand that, Virgo's taking a decision, or Virgo's taking a direction in life, or Virgo's doing this. And it's going to help you to sort of free up your time and actually enjoy better the time you have with people. And that could be within your couple, your family, your friends, your community, because you've got those healthy boundaries in place. And I think you have done the work, Virgo. Looking at your readings over the last sort of month or so, I think you've really done the work. Let's see what's going on and how the universe is trying to influence that karmic message. It's like a split in the road, almost like a maze in a way, but you've got like, it almost looks like the Astroflower, funnily enough. It's like you have like avenues going off that you can explore. They all lead to the same place. That's the thing with labyrinths. They all get to the same place. That place in the center. And I think it's that place in the center of playing smart. And the universe is offering you sort of direction and choice. Now, these two cards have already come up in the other earth signs. And there seems to be also another convergence of energies or ways of being within element signs. So yeah, it's time to follow your heart. Out of those choices, this is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter which path you take, you're always going to come to the same end, as it were. It's just the journey will change, the way in which you get there. And if you listen to your heart and you just kind of go, do you know what, I'd love that, and you know, that makes me feel like that situation there makes me feel like that, or this direction we're taking as a couple makes me feel lovely. And expressing that, you know, and explaining that, that's part of those healthy boundaries as well. You need to express that to the people around you in order for people to know, so then they know the limits of the things, which is really good. Let's just see how your guides are trying to influence this karmic message. It's going to make you really popular within the relationships around you. You're almost going to be like a breath of fresh air, as it were. That's what the guides are trying to encourage, a breath of fresh air. King of Swords, believe it or not. Okay, so you can get more air than that, really. And it is a breath of fresh air in the sense that, you know, he's all about sort of judgment in a way, and lessons learnt in order to get to the top of the mountains, and having loads of different points of view, or the understanding of loads of different points of view, and giving it a certain synergy that sort of gives you direction and flow through your life. It's really starting to push for you, Virgo. This is just that's that big wave coming through. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence the conversation that is within you. It's unlocking your heart. They're trying to help you to realize that it's okay to say things that, you know, the people in, you know, with your family or your friends that may have a different point of view of you. But that's okay. In fact, it's good for everyone, not necessarily to have a completely different point of view, but to have certain nuances. So then therefore you can get the whole, all the colors of the universe within your conversation, within your relationships. And this breath of fresh air is how you position yourself, and sort of saying, look, this is how it works for me, this is how it rolls. It will put a lot of clarity within your relationships, put a lot of clarity within your family, your friends, and make everything a lot more sort of at ease. And this one here, the guys here are trying to just allow you to open up, basically. They're giving you everything you need, all those resources. Absolutely beautiful reading on that side. You know, if you unlock your heart, you're going to realize you've actually got loads more, I don't want to say depth, but it's more sort of power. It's almost sort of, not power, but what's the word I'm looking for? Integrity. That's what it is. You're going to have integrity or respect, as it were, from the people that are around you, and it's going to make you feel completely, this is who I am. And this is expressing it will be really good. Let's just see. That looks really nice on the relationship side. Let's just see what's going on your money side of life. Okay, let's get the karmic message which is going on here. Okay, so if you've been following the Astroflower, you should have been working out what you're going to be doing physically in the way of job, business, where you want to live, stuff like that. You should have been doing that during Cancer season. And so it should be pretty clear within your minds what you should be, you know, what you want to achieve this year in regards to your job, your business and stuff like that, your career path. And here it's like you've ordered up the seeds of your future path and you're receiving these seeds. And it's how you allow that those seeds into your life, those possibilities, and how you allow them to sort of grow. So it is, I guess it's a time of pause as well. I would go more on the relationship side. And this is funny because it's the opposite to Taurus, who had a lot more on the financial side, and it was completely opposite to Taurus. And this side here, I think it's a case of getting everything in. It's like you want to build a product. So let's say you want to sell a car. So you're taking the deliveries of the doors, of the engine, of the seats, and then you got to put it all together. And I think this is that sort of like that pause where you can kind of take things in, and you don't have to work particularly hard physically, but it'd be good to sort of have that analytical or that critical point of view, so saying, is that the product that we ordered, and stuff like that. And same within your job, and sort of as things are moving on within your job, is this what we've commanded? You know, is this what we've ordered? Is this what we're selling? Is it correct? And everything like that. Looking at a little bit more of the finer detail, so you know, of the actual direction that you want to take within your financial or money side of life. Let's just see how it's. Sorry, I was just checking the camera above because it keeps moving. Okay, let me just see how the universe is trying to influence that karmic message. It's almost having, it's almost, I don't want to say that the first one to blink. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've got to keep your cool here, you know, because there's a lot of things that the universe is bringing to you. It's like, you know, Taurus had like cards being offered to it, and they're offering you suitcases. So it may be a case that you need to move a little bit more in the future, or getting ready to move. I think that's how the universe is trying to encourage it. The Tower moment. So it could be releasing a lot of things within your job, or you know, it's really turning that page. So you decided this is the career I want to do, or this is the career path within the job that I'm already working on that I want to take. And in order to take that, there has to be a bit of a Tower moment where you apply for a higher job, or you demand for a raise or more responsibility, or you take your business in not in a new direction, but you take it to the next step. And that's going to be a bit of a, okay, are we ready? Are we ready? It's a bit of a Tower moment. It's a changing from the old into the new, where you've got this sort of blank page in front of you. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence you on this karmic message. They're looking ahead and they're sorting out any obstacles that you need to be aware of, and if there's any way in which they can change the environment around you through coincidences, through the physical world, the metaphysical world around you, in order to give you a little bit more sort of space, a little bit more sort of a direct line to take. So they're really looking forward. You couldn't get it. Looking forward for you. The Ace of Wands. They're really working hard for you, these guys here. I think on both sides here, you've got the Ace of Swords, and you've got the King of Swords on the other side. That's crossing with the Nine of Swords. Look at that. You've also got the Four of Swords there as well. You've got a lot of swords going on. So there's a big build-up of passion going within you. And I think this is, on this side here, is taking a situation, stripping it down to what you need, so you've got the space in order to go onwards within your job or within your business or your project. And here is having that clear thinking of that direction that you want to take, and you've just got to take it. You've just got to go ahead and take it. I think this in this coming week, as the situations around you put in place the possibilities of tomorrow. I still think it's a case of wait, hold, wait a little bit. And I think it's going to be coming up mainly for the week afterwards, because I think this is also the fact that obviously certain volume of Virgos are going to be born in this first week, and happy birthday for you. And there will be others, Virgos, that are still getting to that starting point. So there is a bit of a mixture going on there, because the physical world is very much more instant. And when you start a project, it's started. When you start a relationship, it's like a little bit tidal situation. There's comes and goes in a relationship, and finding your feet and stuff like that. But within the physical world, you know, you buy a product. If you sell it, you're in there. If you don't sell it, why? And here is they're just trying to see ahead to avoid any difficulties or complications within your life, basically. Let's just see what the conversation is going in that is within you. they're almost like teaching you to, this is a difficult way to interpret it. It's almost as like learning to build the trust within yourself. Learning to trust your first instincts. Eliminating that doubt within you and just going ahead and doing it. Falling in love with yourself. Taurus got that as well. There's quite a few cards here that running through you that seems to be within the earth sign, and I think it here is trusting your higher self. And I think this is where the guides are trying to help you to do that, so you can make those instant choices and just move forward, which can be quite difficult for Virgo. You like to look at every single angle, and there's always the grass always seems to be greener on the other side, and that's usually just an optical illusion, really, because of the sun. That's the way we think. It's once you get over there, you're going to think, it's not as green as the other side, because that's the optical illusion. It always seems to be greener on the other side. But I think you should concentrate on your side and your path of life, playing smart, really homing in on things. Let's see what's going in at the end of the week. But there's definitely a major change coming in on this front, on the financial sort of side of life, in one way or another. The clearer that you could have been with you in your autumn period, the easier it's going to be. You can easily get into that rhythm, and you can find that in the Virgo book, which is in the description below. That'll help you out to sort of get into that rhythm, and you can join the rhythm at any given time. It's just a case of consciousness, basically. Let's just see what's going on in the overall outcome. Once you get on, once the train is rolling, it's going to be easier to maintain the energy levels, to maintain the direction, the speed, the intensity, and stuff like that. And it's starting to notice that maybe this week for some of you. For others of you, it's a case of, because this is a transitional month. For those of you who are still waiting for your birthday, you can just probably feel that intention. It's like an old steam trains. They always used to do, spin their wheels before they started moving. And that's what it's going to be a little bit like for you. And for some of you, if you've had your birthday this week, you may feel it's sort of like biting and starting to really move on. So let's just see what's going on. That strength. Knowing your path and knowing it when it's in front of you. And it is in front of you. It's there the moment you put one foot in front of the other. It's constructed. Your path is made as you move forward towards your better and higher self. So yeah, I think this is that strength. And I think that's also plays into this sort of side of things. On this side, you're going to need strength here to go through these changes on the financial and the money side of life. And you're going to need that strength and that wisdom, as it were, in your relationships, to be that breath of fresh air and be who you are, and be that strength of being who you are will free up everything that is around you. Looks really nice for you, Virgo. Definitely still within that transition, but it's certainly a very good transition that seems to be putting into place. You could get a lot out of this, really could. Obviously, you could have a really bad situation. This is where the preparation comes into play with the Astroflower. Once you get into that rhythm, you're almost preparing for it. And so you know that this point coming up, it's going to be a bit of, it's like going down a river, and there's going to be a moment of rapids or white waters that you got to go through. And you know it's coming up. You can hear it. You can see it. But then after that, it does calm down, and then it gets it might get to a waterfall, or so there's different aspects of life, and it's understanding and preempting that which is going to give you the best outcomes in life. So there you go. Happy birthday to those of you your birthday this week. If you want to be part of the Astroflower family, it's very easy to do. All you need to do is subscribe, and more importantly, click that bell, because the notifications is the best way to see our videos, because YouTube are being a little bit skitsy with their impressions. Don't know why. Love YouTube, but I'm sure that's down to some sort of algorithm sort of thing going on. Yeah, so you can become part of the Astroflower family. There is loads of links in the description below to not only your book, but also to our sister channel, which is Cymatic TV, which is all about energy. In the meantime, Virgo, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.